Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Y'all are too kind. Too kind. Thank you. Thank you. Despite nurses making 44% more than the average working American, there's a huge nurse shortage across America that affects nearly every hospital in the US. And this is all being attributed to one major reason, and that's burnout. Sure, there are all these other different reasons that nurses may feel, nurses may cite for leaving the work field, but all these go to contribute to burnout, and that's why most nurses leave. Additionally, I want you guys to consider this number. Take a guess at what this number may be. No. This number, 18%, is the amount of nurses who leave within their first year. So despite them spending years getting whatever credentialing, certifications they may need, 18% of nurses leave in their first year due to already feeling burnout and not feeling prepared for whatever issues they may face in their workplace. And additionally, older nurses aren't doing so well either. Sure, this may be a bit of a joke, right? Not all nurses look like this, right? But there's an aging population of nurses, and due to that, more and more nurses are leaving and retiring, and that only goes to contribute to the nurse shortage as well. On top of that, nurses are feeling more stressed than ever due to COVID. You can see here, nurse stress went up, right? Pretty much everything got worse during COVID, including nurse stress. And even now, that stress hasn't sank to pre-pandemic levels. So with that, where have all the nurses gone? There's a huge nurse shortage across America. And despite more and more people every year becoming nurses and studying nursing in whatever programs in high school and college, we still have this massive nurse shortage that's only projected to get worse. So how can we combat that? How can we make sure that nurses feel prepared and feel equipped as they enter the workforce? And then even as they're in there, how do we make sure that they feel valued and that they don't feel burnt out and end up leaving the workforce? And our solution to that is a nurse mentoring program. So right when nurses first hop in the hospital, and right when they first enter, we want to assign them an experienced nurse mentor so that they can feel cared for and feel valued, and they feel prepared to handle all these different things that they may encounter in their first year of working as a nurse, right? There's a lot going on. We want to make sure that they have an assigned mentor so that they feel they have someone to talk to and someone to commiserate with through all the different goings that they may have in the hospital. But additionally, we want to make sure the experienced nurses feel cared for as well. And so that's where we have this two-tier model where all nurses can feel appreciated. Additionally, we want to focus on nurse leadership, and we want to have them go and mentor experienced nurses, which we're going to talk about a little bit more in a second. But new nurses, they get training. They get to feel like they're prepared for any challenges they may face, mentors who care for them, and we want to make sure that they feel heard and valued in their new workplace. Additionally, we want to make sure that experienced nurses have every opportunity that they can to rise up through the ranks in their organization through continuing education, whether that be additional certifications or license, graduate classes, anything. We want to make sure that they feel cared for with that. We also want to make sure that they are able to contribute to management decisions. They've learned a lot within their years of working. We want to make sure that they're able to, advise senior management on what they do. We also make sure that they can see the impact that they have on patients, right? A lot of nurses lose sight of that. And we want to make sure that they can see that, hey, they're helping people. That's why most nurses become nurses. We want to make sure they don't lose sight of that. And mainly, we want to make sure that they feel appreciated through nurse leader rounding, which is basically the nurse leaders just come in and just talk to the experienced nurses about how they're doing and what they can do to make their lives better. We want to transform what nursing looks like so that nurses no longer feel burnt out, but hospitals feel a little bit more like home, and that ultimately hospitals look like this. Thank you.